Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Today's video is going to be summer home hacks. This is things we all need to get done. I thought it would just be a good little reminder, or maybe things you haven't thought to do in the past. So if you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button and let's jump straight into today's video. The first tip is going to have to do with your ceiling fans. How many of you guys know that there's actually a button on your ceiling fan where you can change the direction? A lot of us probably don't know that. I know I've shared it in a video like years ago, and I just always feel like it's so helpful because if you're turning your fan on and using your electricity, you want to make sure it's working. So I am going to pop up a photo here so you can make sure you're turning it the right way. But essentially, when it turns counterclockwise, it's going to push cold air down, and then in the winter you want it clockwise so it pulls warm air up, and I guess essentially like heating the space better. So definitely make sure you have it on the right setting. This may take a little bit of time going through your house, but it'll definitely save you some money if you're trying to cool off your home if it gets really hot in the area that you live in. And then one little tip to add to that, while you already have the ladder pulled out or you're standing on your bed or a chair, take an old pillow case and just clean off those blades. You can do it with something else, but that kind of traps it in. Go ahead and get it clean, get it switched if you need to switch the light, and then you'll be good to go. Tip number 2 has to do with window coverings. I feel like this is really smart to have in the summertime. You don't really need it during the winter time, but if you have a home that gets direct light, I will say when we built this house, we situated the house, since it was a custom build, where we really don't get any direct light into these main spaces. So the only rooms that get it are during sunset, and it's our guest bedroom and Chase's office, and it's so pretty coming in. Like, I do kind of miss it, but during the summer it would heat up our house so much. So like what I've learned is, like, whenever you're getting that direct light, close those off, and so it's not going to heat up your house as bad. So in our last house, in the morning time, I like closed off our living room, and then once it kind of passed, I'd opened it, and then I'd have to close off like the front part of the house. So just keep that in mind. If you need window coverings, there's so many different styles. I mean, there's blackout curtains. They have like cheap paper shades you can do. When we first moved in, we just grabbed those so I could like stick them up, and we had some covering and privacy in here. There are several different options. I like the remote ones from Amazon. I can link those too. They're actually not that bad, and you can just do a few as you go until you get them all done. But definitely make sure you have something to block it out, and then make sure during those peak hours that it's shining into your house. If you can, block it, and it's just going to save your energy bill and save your house from like heating up a ton. Tip number 3 is your bedding. So as it warms up outside, this is a really good time to switch out your sheets. I know a lot of people just have one pair of sheets. It's good to have backups, but it's good to at least have like a winter set and then a summer set, especially if you get hot at night or if you get cold at night and you're not just wanting to run your air nonstop. So obviously in the winter, we have some warmer sheets. I do more my linen ones. They're cozy, they're soft, they are so hard to get out of. And then when summer rolls around, I make sure they're a little silkier, they're a little cooler to get into. You don't get as hot as night, so you don't have to turn the air down as much. So just keep that in mind. If you've never thought about your sheets, definitely make sure you have like a winter set and a summer set. So these are definitely more of my like summer sheets. These are my bowl and branch ones. I love these. They say they get softer with every wash, and they really, really do. So if you need some good ones, I can link them. I don't know if I still have a coupon code, but I also have some Amazon ones that are way, way more affordable, and they're still super soft. And I kind of switch back and forth between these and those Amazon ones during the summer, so I can link those for you as well. Now, these sheets I love too. These are my Quince sheets, and they feel just like linen. They're 100% cotton. I love them. I love the texture. So in the wintertime, I definitely keep them on our bed. I have them in here right now because they're just such a luxe sheet. I can switch it out if guests are gonna get hot, but I feel like in our house, they typically get cold. So I moved them in here for the summertime, but they are incredible sheets. Like, I love them so much. This next tip has to do with flies. So we live in Oklahoma. I've dealt with flies my whole life here. I will say when we came out to the country, everything's bigger. If it's flies, if it's spiders, I don't know, everything's just larger out here. Plus we live on 6 acres, and then our neighbors all have land around us. So right behind our back fence, there's horses, there's cows. So obviously that brings in more flies. And so I was trying to figure out what to do last year on our back patio, because I felt like I would look on our patio furniture and there were just flies everywhere. So I found this concoction that I wanted to share with you guys guys because it really did work, and then I bought it again for this year. Just get yourself a spray bottle. I also saw people doing it in like their mops. What is it called? Oh, your O-Cedar mop, and you can like wipe things down with it, but I just used a spray bottle, and you do 1 part pine sol and 2 parts water, and I would just spray everything. I sprayed all of our outdoor furniture. That stuff's made to get wet anyways, but if you used it on the mist setting, there's not a ton, but you can spray it on windows. I sprayed it like on our lighting, our brick, everything around there. And the benefit is the flies don't come around near as much, so you can update that, or, you know, like continue to do it, you know, once a week, once a month, however you do to maintain your area. Mine may be a little more often. Plus it just smelled amazing. It reminded me of childhood because my mom always used it cleaning our floors growing up, but it also feels like Christmas, which is like my favorite time of the year. So it's just easy, it's super affordable, and it keeps those flies away. So if you have that issue, spray them around your windows, spray them around your doors. It can be the front of your house, your furniture, whatever it is, but it really does help. Okay, this one's from Walmart, so I'm gonna go ahead and link it for you. What I like about this is it's super affordable, but it also has all the measurements on here. So if it's 5 to 1, 3 to 1, 2 to 1, 1 to 1, plus it's got everything else. It just makes it super easy if you're needing to mix items. My next tip is decluttering your winter items. And I know this sounds funny because we're talking about summer home hacks, but I feel like the best time to do a deep declutter on like a section of clothing is when that season's done. So it's really hard to like declutter your summer clothes. Now you can, if you just know it doesn't fit or if it's not your style, you can touch those too, but you've lived through winter already. So were there sweaters that didn't fit, or you put them on and you didn't like it, or maybe you didn't touch them at all? Maybe go through all your jackets and scarves and gloves and, you know, all of that stuff. What are you actually using and not using? Like I said, I feel like this is just the best time because you've been through that season. Whereas when you're thinking about summer, you're like, I don't know, I might, I still could, unless it's got holes, if it's ripped, if it doesn't fit anymore, if it's not your style. You can go through summer too, but definitely do a deep dive on all those winter items while it's fresh on your mind. Okay, this is a product I like to talk about every single year because the amount of people that are in parking lots without sunshades, I just don't get it. Especially here in Oklahoma, I could not live without some type of visor in my car. It gets so hot. All of us mainly have leather seats now, and I feel like they will just burn your legs if you don't cover it up. Plus it just saves and like protects your car, the leather, the like windshield area, all of that. Now there are ones that go with your car. So your car may have come with them, you don't even realize it. Go back to that bag, check it out if you have like a brand new car. But the one I love is from Amazon, and we have rebought this a million times for every car we own. They make really good gifts. When you're thinking of Christmas gifts or birthday gifts, or you're doing like gift exchanges, I know a lot of you guys do like my favorite things and you do gift exchanges or like book clubs, all of that stuff. Keep this in mind. But basically it looks and functions like an umbrella. So it's super easy to store in your car, but then you just pop it open, it covers your windshield, it keeps your car cool, especially if you have babies and car seats in the back. Those get hot, you don't want your kids to get hot. I've always covered mine up, but like I said, it's just so easy. You pop it open, and then when you're done, you slide it back down, you wrap it up just like that part if you want to, and then stick it in your door just like an umbrella. It's no bigger than an umbrella. It's perfect. I'm telling you, those big ones that you have to like wrap down are so hard. Chase could never do it. He would always have like his visors in the back seat when he'd come home from work, and I would just giggle because he could like never get it to fold in. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those are a little bit hard. So get this one, it's off Amazon. I'll have it linked down below, and guys, you will thank me for it. My next tip is to cook outside more. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are already doing this, but if you have like a Blackstone or a grill, using things that are gonna heat up your house outside is just gonna be better for you. Plus we love grilling in the summer. It just kind of changes up our, you know, weekly meals. We kind of start having more hamburgers and steaks and pork chops and stuff like that. First off, I love that it doesn't smell up the house. I hate the food smell in houses. I know most people like love the smell of bacon and all that. It just drives me crazy. So anytime I can get them outside, I love it. Plus it helps from, like I said, like heating it up, and then all the dirty stuff's outside and the men can clean it, and then your kitchen stays cleaner. If you don't have that option, I understand that. We're in apartments, we live in different parts of the world. We love our air fryer. It has been a game changer for us. I think we got it around 2020 when the rest of the world did. And they have so many different options now. They can even be pretty enough to set out on your counter, but we use our air fryer, I would say, every single day. Like there's probably one day a week we may not use it, but I think it gets used every single day for so many different options. We use it for heating up food, we use it for fries, chicken, I don't know, all the things. So definitely, if you haven't got one of those yet, they can be super affordable. I'll link my favorite. It's just from Walmart. It's beautiful. Like the brand's beautiful, but it is beautiful. It comes in different colors. And like I said, it's been a game changer for us. So I'll have that link down below as well. Okay, a little tip with the air fryer, because I feel like I love giving tips if you're new here. If you don't have to clean it all the time, I feel like you're more likely to use it. So what I do is just keep all of the liners in there, and then you can just like pull them out when it's time to use it. And then you just leave one in it, use it, trash it, and then you put them back in when you're done, and everything stays clean. That way you don't have to store them, you don't forget to use it. It just kind of makes life a little bit. Okay, this next one is not a hack, it is a must. And this is just your friendly reminder to make sure you are wearing sunscreen every single day. Even if you're staying inside, there's still light, you're still walking to your car, in and out. Trust me, you want it. It helps with aging. I don't know, and if you get sun cancer, no one wants it, but you definitely don't want it on your face. It's just such an easy step to add into your routine. If you don't wear makeup, you put it on like as your moisturizer. I just put it on before my makeup. So there are so many good options. So if you don't wear a ton of makeup, you have way more options. I'm gonna link the more pricey one will be the one I put on under my makeup. It is the only thing that does not mess up my makeup. It does not make me oily. It doesn't like break up my foundation. I have no issues in the summer. Like you guys know me, I have full makeup on no matter what I'm doing. Like I've posted hiking videos and I have my full face on if I'm out by the pool. I mean, if it's early morning, not always, I go for walks without it, but typically my makeup's on, and so I don't want a sunscreen that's gonna be messing it up. But no matter what it is, just make sure you are putting on your sunscreen every day, especially in the summer. Do it every single day of the year, but especially during the summertime, and especially if you're gonna be outside in the sun. Okay, I wanna touch on that just a little bit more, because you guys are probably saying like, Ashley, what do you do? Do you tan? I still lay out. Like I love to tan the rest of my body, but what I'll use is a self tanner on my face. Like I don't want a real tan here. I don't wanna age any faster than I have to. So when I'm out, I put sunscreen on, I have like sunglasses on, I have a hat, like I'm covering this part of it like here up, and then I don't mind tanning the rest of my skin, and then I'll just use a self tanner here, or just more of a bronzer when I'm putting my makeup on. But I do like to take a self tanner and just almost put it where the bronzer would go. So I don't tan like my whole face. I'll just take a makeup brush, like a foundation brush that's just for my like, you know, sun tanner, and I put it here, I put it here, I put it here, kind of down my, and from my neck down, I'll do it. You can even do like a small brush and do like where you would contour your nose, but I definitely don't, I mean, I have in the past, like put the sunscreen all over my face. It's just a lot. So I feel like it's more natural just to use that tanner where the sun would hit you, and then you just get that pretty glow, and then you put your makeup on obviously over it, and it's beautiful, and there's no sun damage. Now, if you own your home, the other thing you need to do is replace the filters in your house. Once again, this is something you should be doing all year, multiple times a year, but especially in the summertime. Like our ACs are about to be blasting. It gets hot here in Oklahoma. We're not there yet, but it's gonna be happening. And so you wanna make sure your system can function and breathe really well. So if those haven't been changed in a while, pop them down, add new ones up. I can link the company I use. It got so much easier when they just started delivering them to us. So that's what we do now. We have like 4 in our house. They're all different sizes. Every time we go to the store, we can't find what we need, or we find one, and then we're going from like every store trying to figure out all the sizes. Now they just come to our door when it's time, and then we know it's time to put them up. We don't have to like write it on the calendar. We don't have to do any of that. And I'm pretty sure with them, you customize it. Like you can choose how often you get them. So if you want to do it twice a year, if you want to do it every 3 months, if you want to do it every month, like just definitely get something like that set up. And it's typically the same price or cheaper than you would find them in the store anyway. So the benefit is they just ship to you, and then you know, okay, hey, it's time to put these up because they've been delivered, because you've set the amount of time, like how often you want them shipped. So I'll have that link down below in the description box as well. And then another thing I wanted to mention onto that is your AC unit. If you have them, we have 2 in this house. You can pay a service to come out and maintenance them. That's an option. I know here in Oklahoma, like if you do that and then something goes wrong, they give you that money back towards your next bill because they get you up and running. If you can't afford that option, I know Chase several years has just gone out and hosed it off himself. Make sure it's clear around there, make sure it can breathe, make sure there's not like bushes and stuff blocking it, to just kind of maintain the best you can. I feel like a house's work when you own it and you live in it, but then it lasts longer. We want to take care of those items. We don't want to go without AC, and we don't want a big bill. We want to extend that off as far as possible, so we definitely maintain our items. So definitely just think about the areas in your house, in your area. I know all of us look a little bit different. These are more issues here in Oklahoma and around us, but just maintaining those things like new filters, you know, blocking out the sun in the heat of the day when it's super hot, closing off those shades, making the AC, make sure it's running well and cleaned out. Just little things like that really do help out you, your home, and your pocketbook so you don't have all these big expenses all the time. Well, that is a wrap on my summer home hacks. I hope they help you out. I know they're a little bit scattered, but I feel like that's just things that need to get done. Sometimes you need to declutter, sometimes you need to clean something, sometimes you just need to cover it up. Do what you gotta do, but I hope they were helpful, and I hope they save you this summer. Don't forget to switch those fans too. If you have any summer hacks that you do, I love to hear them. I know everybody else does, so leave them down below in the comment section. I'll get down there and try to make notes so I remember to talk about them next summer, or if I do a part 2. If you guys like this video and you want to hear more, let me know down below in the comment section that you want a part 2. I'll see what other people are doing, and I'll make a list. I just try to make a list as I'm going and doing stuff around my house. To me, it's just so like normal, and I don't think much about it, but then I try to give you guys those tips. So I'm constantly like with a pad and pen around here. So if you want to see a part 2, let me know. But I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.